and you can pen them immediately after the introductions, and you can pick up the questions and all of that. So let's look at the market in general, holistically, and because we've always said so a lot of things, about the market and what we expect in the market, and of course the financial market in general. Now, first of all, on our culture and nature, because we don't only look at one instrument of the financial market, we look at the financial market in a broader perspective. And so that's going to make me start from the DXY, which is the strength of the dollar, and then to measure the capacity of the movement of dollar in correlations to other instruments probably you trade. So permit me to share with you now on the screen, and then you pay up attention to all of those things that you can harness as much as okay. This is whatever token here, right? Let's go. All right, so now looking at the DXY, and before look at, remember, so one thing we look at is we invest and we trade and we market, because we have seen the financial instrument, and I tell little friends around the world that all financial instruments are just what I call tools, a vehicle for financial freedom. So they are called investment vehicle. So investment vehicle is that you can learn how to, you're driving. So just understand that everyone driving skill or strategy will not be the same. So it's on that note, we always advise people to be independent, to be personal, and then work on what actually serve your purpose and your skill or your type of thing. Now, I wouldn't dwell so much on this because I've told you guys since we're down here, and I told us this the temporary, bottom, have some struggle before we cross here. And I still been to say and to tell you that this guy, my ultimate target, first 107, and then next 109, and probably we can cross that because I look at my weekly time frame. It has a means of direction of 114 eventually. I've told you guys. Now, if that's the case, then you don't need to struggle to understand that we should continually having issues or impediment for these guys not to be able to have a head up, which is the Euro USD. And so for those of you who have currency traders, I've told us, you remember when I shot the market from here, initially here, and then we rally back up and again, and I said, whatever thing is doing is just wasting time because we're going to be going down. And that being the margin for. And one of the advice I give to currency traders, yeah, I'm not saying you should not scalp anyway. But one of the things is that if you check it, you bear me witness that if you are, you analyze the market very well, right? You agree with me that some of those most of those your analysis, after so much effort you put into your analysis, you discover that you still do not have what do I call it now? After all your analysis, you still have issues with seeing much profit, right? Because the currency, the influence, and other issues around the external variables, factors that can actually affect, your profit at a given time. So I haven't done so much energy or follow and all of that. At the end of the day, you still have issues because of market or external or macro influence on the market. So you agree? Definitely, we're still going down for Euro USD. So if I were you, my bias, I'm still very, very bearish for Euro USD. In fact, as we call it, total crash. All right. So as we call it, the total crash for Euro USD. And of course, whatever happens to Euro USD is a similar inference to GBP USD. Okay. So, and those of you who are forex traders, so you should understand that selling opportunity is what you want to have, for Euro USD, GBP USD, and all of that. So what am I expecting? Market open, you just find, of course, the bias is that if market open and you are bearish, definitely what you want is that market open, a pullback, and you are looking for your buying, selling opportunity at the pullback of the market and then continuation. So possibly this week we will have this market being able to, because its own journey was slower. So GBP's journey was slower than Euro USD. So I think the opportunity USD is very, very big because you have this journey down to this point, maybe for this week. And that if you're going to go shooting forward the ahead of looking at how many pips can I do in this week for GBP USD over 200 pips, very possible, right? So it doesn't matter because I calculated my time of Euro USD the other time. I spent 29 days to do 2,000 pips. And it's not a bad one because it wouldn't disturb my time. And so it run more like an investment for me, and I will continue, to be fine and all of that. So when I saw 2,000 pips in 29 days, I'm like, oh, this is amazing. So even if it's 0.1, that's $1. And in 29 days, you do $2,000. I'm not serious, a bad deal. And that's one of the things you need to understand. Okay. Now, I'm just trying to wrap up some of those things just to see if far us to the market, as it were, and then what you probably expect to have this weekend, all of that. Now, overall markets for Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, as it were, it's bullish. Okay, before I go to Bitcoin, so let me just quickly wrap up with gold. Like, and I told us about gold that we're actually rocking down, and my target was, that we could rally back to 2.5 and then all that 2.4 region, which you have here and all of this point. And that has been a nice one of the very high selling pressure for gold. And so what you want to have this week, kind of chop sideways movement again and a leg down. All right. Unless you have aggressive bounce back here, but I doubt, because DSY will continue to be very strengthened and getting stronger to push up more. And then once that happens, you can find go down this week back to 2,480 dollar region, as it were. Okay. So I know a lot of you, sometimes when I tell people, I'm saying gold is a seasonal, volume, not that you cannot trade at all time, but it can be very frustrating when it's not having some macro influence. All right. That's either pump it aggressively or dump it aggressively. You don't want to be trapped with gold movement when it does not have a clear direction. It can be very boring, except you are just a 1 minute scalper that already, but I can tell you gold can disrupt your movement if you don't know what you're doing per time. Okay, so that's enough for gold. And of course, talk about it last week that we're going to be crashing, and we still kept crashing. GBP JPY is one of the things that struggled, and of course our ultimate direction or the target was 208, and then unfortunately right now it's getting weakened day by day and all of that, but nevertheless it's still good up to now. So you can just write it on here over those of you who trade currency. Now quickly go to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency. So of course Bitcoin is the leading legendary of it and all of that. So now we said because we're in abnormal, please take note, we're in abnormal movement of the market. That's one thing you must understand. We're in abnormal movement of the market. For that, technically speaking, you may be wrong at a point for Bitcoin and crypto right now. Reason is that we are having abnormal buying and selling. So not really, the usual algorithmic movement of the Bitcoin. So what was moving Bitcoin is sentiment, pumpamenta, and all the like. So if not, Bitcoin was supposed to correct down back to maybe at about $85,000 or $80,000. And you can always, now this is one of the part that when it's going to crash, it will take a lot of people unaware because it's going to be massive. For me, the two milestones already achieved, I was happy with it. 79,000, 80,000, 79,000, 90,000 for Bitcoin. And I told us that the extra bonus I'm expecting for Bitcoin is 410K, right? Before the top of the roof, maybe by next year, May, June, July, August, or thereabout. So, but you ask me now, if it will happen or before then, would Bitcoin not still go up massively? Yeah, it's possible, but don't get it twisted that there was a time we stayed for over 200 days ranging one side. Remember here last year or just last year, beginning of this year, at March, and we kept going sideways, tip down a little and get sideways for over 200 days before we're able to break out. So a similar thing can repeat itself, all right, here. Probably maybe take up to that 94,000. And of course, ranging here or even ranging back to 80,000 to 90 continuously for the whole year and getting to next year before we have the last leg up of $110,000 and all of that. So, but chances are there because remember, was our first target, 79,000, target 90,000, third target 110,000. So we'll tell you that the second or the third target must be achieved. It's not compulsory. All right. So that's one thing you must bear in your mind, that Bitcoin can start getting a boring movement. But for me, it will have been nice. So take note, the Bitcoin continue to have a sideways movement is a very good move. It's a very good one. Why? So the best for you is to focus on altcoins and meme coins. So the more sideways Bitcoin go, the better for us to trade meme coin, altcoins. And so you will see a lot of meme coin will be doing some crazy percentage movement, especially coin like goat. Of course, coin like goat has done a lot on its own. I think we bought this coin very, very ridiculous price. And I saw that gold finally crossed $1. And that was amazing. But it's ridiculous before it was listed on, where you can find it on this TradingView or any major exchange and all of that. So it was a massive percentage we did on gold and all of that. So I'm just telling you, best out way, Bitcoin going sideways, that make a lot of sense for us because that's going to put a lot of money. And remember, I said festive period, November, December, January, February is a time for some low gem token or new project that will give you a lot of money before people will actually realize in the new year. And that's one of the best things that can ever happen, right now for those who are paying attention to basic lending. So now, so that's the market. So what are we looking at? So Bitcoin, that sideways movement. So this kind, hype, crazy move, you probably will not have that on this. All right. So, but altcoin, and then you can see what Solana have been doing. That was amazing. It just left everything and jump out of it and still continue its own movement as it is. So, and so I'm not going to be surprised. Remember, my ultimate direction or goal target for Solana was $350 to $500 possible. Now, so which is still very possible. Okay. So if that's the case, I just look at Bitcoin as a channel and then or tools to look at what will happen. And then I'll rather face altcoins. And these are coin. Avas has done massively well because remember, I kept telling people to buy Avas and all of that or trading in as much as possible. And that has done a lot. And so the other one that's actually cooling down now, I don't know what it targets. So a lot of hype is still ongoing, but it has not actually reacted to the hype after the massive pump it has done, which is Doge. And so it's still kind of misfeeling about Doge to do more massive move and all of that. But don't get it twisted that if you see Doge crashing down and all of that, maybe the hype didn't hold on and all of that. If not, you should be looking at Doge about to 65 cents anytime soon. But of course, ultimately, long time view, Doge is going to move very, very big. So you got to be careful at this season. But of course, beginning of the week is where we're entering. I'm not going to be surprised, sideways move and then some kind of leg up for the market is very possible. Okay. Now, what should I do? Okay. So I quickly want to just direct us to some of us who are trading buy, low, sell high, spot trading, and then some of us who are trading futures, less contract tradings, and then some of us who are trading other instruments like FOREX, synthetics, and all of that. So quickly, I'm going to show you, maybe some of you have been listening. I think somebody was chatting with me the other day. I never knew that some of the robotic system we use, how it's been operated. I quickly will just share and experiment one bot setting on what's it called, on trading bot and how it's being used for trading. Okay. Now, but one of the things is that most time I kept telling people if I want to use my bot, for the fact that you are using bot does not mean you shouldn't have basic understanding of the market. I'm not saying you should be guru, right? being over professional. No, I'm just saying I should have an idea of how the market actually works, right? Or have access to information on how the market actually work so that you can maximize the market more than expected, okay? So now I'm going to show you example. So for instance, look at SWI, XRP and all the like. So I'm going to show you an example, of you trading both. There are different strategy I use. You can have a tool, but know how to use the tool. It was what determine how profitable that tool will be for you, right? Okay. So now, for instance, if I look at XRP, whichever way, but of course, a new week. And so I'm going to use an example. Look at XRP here. So I'm targeting about 8% or 9% and all of that. So let me quickly open up a boat, because we said what we need in the crypto or in the financial market, we invest, right? We invest, we trade, and we market. Now, it's a choice, because most time when we tell people investing, they bring out, yes, an amount of money, and I say, oh, I want to be making 1% every day. I want to be making 20% every day. Well, not that it's not possible, very, very possible. But how realistic would they be? Number one. Number two, those things you are talking about investment, we have a lot of fantastic platform for investing in crypto, not giving your money to any third party, for instance, or actually, if you know you're going to do that, you must understand what type of project am I investing into, as it were. All right. So it's why, like, I remember telling most people about farming, staking, especially in the Solana ecosystem. You've seen what Solana ecosystem have done within the time frame. To have crazy, crazy stuff happening on Solana ecosystem and all of that. So we talk about, liquidity, investment, and all of that, sorry, get back here. Okay, so Radium was a very fantastic. Some of us have make a lot of money on Radium. Why? And because I buy a coin and I want to hold the coin maybe for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 1 year. And so there's no point open for 1 year, just like some of us lock bonk on bonk reward. And so for 6 months, have 3x. Come on, that's crazy, right? And then imagine what bond price have been doing all this while, though it was just there doing nothing before. But right now, we saw the price, what it has done, and then qualify for other things and all of that. So even if you are qualification for other things, you put in, let's say, 10 million bond, and then at the end of the day, what happened? You are looking at, you're having how many bond eventually, right? That's amazing for me. That's crazy, crazily amazing and all of that. So that's one of the advantage you're looking at. And we say the first type of investing is, let me just quickly show you guys example, because I love building portfolio so much. And then I littered portfolio everywhere, because I know that on a raining day, some of those investments, I don't even put mine. I'm going to put a lot of money and then smile your face and then put big money in your table. Now, example of it, let me just quickly open up here before I go trading boat and show you some of those investing strategy or needs. Okay, let's go here. What's going to happen here? Okay, so here I go. Okay, so please, you can see my screen. You can type in one chat box. You can see my screen. So if you can see my screen, kindly type one on chat box. Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much. Now, this is a portfolio, for instance. Very funny amount of money was put in here. So for you to understand why in Plan B we emphasize on investing, trading, and marketing. Now, this was bond, and this was when we bought bond. We bought bond earlier than this. And how much was this? $100 was used in buying bond, and you could see the day. That's one of the things when it has to do with crypto, blockchain, all of that. On the October 2023 at social time, 8:52 p.m. I'm sure maybe it's one of the training I was just doing, and I say, okay, let's do that. This $100 was used to buy bunk, and it was kept. It was not stake. We have the staking differently. We have the farming differently. Just say, okay, buy and hold and $100. And now the $100 right now, right? It's worth more than how much? So total net profit on that $100 is now $5,000 plus. That's just profit. That's just profit. It's about $5,000 profit. That's why I say total profit. $5,000 profit. That's amazing, right? And how much was invested? $100. Now, so that note, we tell people said, the real people are making insane money in crypto are not actually crypto traders. So you need to understand. And that's why you see that the money you make on memcoin, the gen tokens are crazy. However, highly risky. You can lose everything, but you can make some insane money. Now, how many percentage can you quantify this for $100 to have given you about $5,000 and all of that? Yet, now in such tokens, so for instance, look at this, the advantage of staking or farming. Now, so how many million is this now? This 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is 100 million. Now, if it was locked, because this one was just for experiment, if this was locked and you are going to do 3x of this volume locked, that means instead of 100 instead of 100 million for 6 months, it's going to be, but now it has reduced, that been reduced. So you have 6 months, you have 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and all of that. So 3x, let's see, in 12 months, 1 year. That means if it was locked for 1 year, October last year, now we're in November, so the 1 year is completed ordinarily. So 100 million will have been times 3. So that means it will be 300 million. So if it's a 300 million, price growth is $5,000 profit. So times 3 would have been 15,000. So you can see when we talk about investing, however, certain level of risk are involved because you can lock some token and the token will rock pool and you're like, oh, if I have just bought and sold, I will have made a lot of money. That's where you spread your tentacle and diversify. So you must understand, guys. So now, one of the lovely aspects of this is that all of those things we're explaining to you, they are very open and simple to operate. But what you need is your mindset. So quickly, let me just show you guys something on, we said investing, trading, investing, and marketing. So what do you mean by investing? What do you mean by marketing? What do you mean by trading? So that is like a three-edged sword, maximizing platform for trading, and at the same time maximizing same platform for marketing, and at the same time maximizing the same platform for investing. Okay, so let me just quickly open up, a strategy or the interface of one of the robotic, right? So
recording in progress.
So today, things are more simplified than you ever think, right? Why? Because opportunity tools are available for you to maximize whatever thing you need. So you do not need to overstress yourself at all. But of course, you need to have basic knowledge and ready to learn or follow in simple instruction. So I'm going to open to show you example of trading bots, right, that we use. And I was telling some persons the other day, I said, one thing I discovered in this trading bot, it's a 3-in-1 structure, right? You get it right? It's a 3-in-1 structure. So quickly, I'm going to share with you right now. So pay attention. But please take note, I'm not detailing your teaching. I'm not detailing teaching because I only detail teaching on people who have activated their account on the U trading bot. We have 2 segments. If you have activated your account with $100, you have activated your account with $600, $1,400 and all of that because different strategy, right? So, but how does actually this U trading actually work? So one thing I've discovered in it was that I saw it as a 3-in-1 kind of, sorry, just a moment. Let me pick it up here. I'll pick it up here. So I saw the platform as a kind of 3-in-1 kind of system. Now the question you asked me, Felix, is that the first boat I'm using? No, I'm using a boat, and I will say it tomorrow that the best boat that I've ever used and is still the best outstanding boat ever today and I've been using that boot for about 7 good years. I've been 3 commas. Yeah, however, not everyone understand, how the usage. Sometimes people will subscribe or register and are not ready to learn basic of operation. And that's one of the biggest problems most people have. So now this trading bot, one of the things about it is that I'll quickly just show you some interface about it. Number one is that this trading bot, you have 3 major things that are very fantastic in there. Number one is that you can actually invest automatically. Yeah, you heard me right. Yes, you can actually invest automatically, right? By just buying, probably buy fund your account, any of your exchange you want to use. So you can use so many exchange to connect to these, bots. If I go to my homepage, for instance, and I go to API banding, you can see how many exchange you can do. Bybit, Binance US OKs, BitGet, KuCoin, Bitfinex, right? HTS Global, Kraken, Coinbase, Bings, MSC, and Gate.io. Now, one thing you must understand again is that some of those platform, what you can trade may be spot, so you have to take note of that. So when you are registering and connecting your API, but you can see that you have choices of kind of what to connect with it. Now this first thing we'll talk about investing. Even the boat trading, to me, it's more like a kind of partial investing because you only just get the basics and feed the thing with the data and go away. So, but here, this says you can actually do both trading on futures and spot hands-free. You heard me right, yeah? You can do both trading in future and spot hands-free. And for you to do that, you probably first of all need to buy gas. Okay, you have to buy gas. And then, depending on the volume of gas you have, for example, if you buy gas of, so let's look at it here, for instance, look at it, there are too many gas. So what we recommend for the lowest of $100 gas, right? Now, so if you buy gas of $100, so we're gonna give about 10,000 gas as well, but maybe first timers or first entry package, I think that's what they're doing, you can buy, and then you're gonna have about 15,000 gas and all of that. gas is the fuel. For the boat, you're only registering and download the app free, but for you to commence trade, because gas for transaction fee and all of that, and it can take you as long as possible. So now, if you activate your account and maybe gas of 660,000 gas, that's $540, right? Or 1,700 gas, $1,700 worth of gas, then you can probably, first of all, you want to now directly connect. You want to directly connect to trade automatedly. When we talk about automated, hands-free, and then you can engage. For instance, look at it now. You can engage for 90 days, 30 days, 90 days, and all the like. So if that's the case, you set up and then the bot trade by itself on your behalf. You do nothing, right? But let me tell you something. Are there chances that the bot too will make loss? Yes. So what are you talking about? Then that's risky. I don't think I would be interested in that. Why would the bot make loss? Unfortunately for you, for me, this is more secure than if your money is even in the hand of third party. So chances are there that you can make loss. That's very, very possible, right? So then you can either do both the sport and futures, or you do one, but I always recommend for persons, if you have the money, to do both those sport and futures. And then you allow it to run 30 days, 90 days. After the contract is over, then you can see how much you have made, and then you are good to go. That's number one. So this is purely investment, and the money is in your exchange, and then the trade continue. Second is now the manual. So this manual does not mean manual of you, the one to do trade. Manual in the sense that you need to be doing research, you need to understand where the market is going and all of that. Like this evening, I sent some I sent some tokens list on the insider group, people who have purchase $100 worth of UGAs and I say long them, right? And of course, there are different strategies I actually set aside. For instance, those people in the insider group, which is basic, for instance, can have access to about 3 different strategy, to set the boat. And so you also become a supervisory, agent to go and check what's the boat doing, how much, and then where's the market going? Okay, so let's stop this one, adjust and open another one and all of that. That's why we call it manual, because I set the boat, you can finish trading and stop again. I want to reset. Maybe I just long all coins last week and it has been trading up, and then discover that the market now is now adjusting itself. I want to now stop and reset a new one, and that's what we call it manual. All right. So, but you, if you are trading, and you have the time to follow up, you do not need to have too much knowledge, because, like, there was a video I did on the people on the insider group, was that okay? When I come up or wake up, if I'm going to do day trading, when I wake up in the morning, I want to set the market bias. Okay, market is bullish today and all of that. I go to my parameter, I can set what we call single, which I'm going to show an example, and then allow the single to run, right? So, or I can put a cycle and I say, okay, for this week, market is bullish, and I enter a particular coin or 2 or 3, depend in that order. Allow the market to run for that week. And then once I discover that, okay, the market is now getting off, then I monitored my, boat, I go there, I stop it, or I now reset another one short. And so they both continue getting in and out of the market without my interference. And then my only job is to set it and go and come back to supervise to check what's going to be doing. Then sometime, depending on when you come to the market, if you look at it, imagine when some of those tokens, imagine when Solana was, I think it was last year, at August, September, October, was at about $15, $17. And then he both said to be buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell Solana since that last year. It will have been in insane money, and no matter what is happening, we don't bother. Then if I discover, okay, the market has gotten to the brim and returning back. And so there are different segments that way. So, and you can see different boats that you can use here. DCA Pro, I may not have time to start explaining all of that. But the most used we use is the DCA Spot, right? We have DCA Spot, which is here, and then this one. So future DCA and spot DCA, most used, yeah. So these are most used for me. And then there's grid, right? There's AI grid. So for sports, we have the AI grid for futures, right? So this another thing. So dual grid and all of that. So there's so many strategy you can use there. So for sport, using the grid, so there are different features for you that can help you to set a trade. Now that's manual. Then you have signal. Now, signal, you can connect, and then you see that the signal that have been set by the system. Okay, look at this one, say just push. It's a long trend signal, TRX at 0.1984015. Please click on yada, yada, yada. Now, another one that was set 30 minutes ago, short. Okay, future short trend signal, ADA at this social price and all of that. So these are internal signal of the boat that you two can connect to your Telegram and be seeing those signal, and then you want to probably use it and all of that. So that's for the signal. Synchro, you can, this is a copy trading. So you want to copy somebody, or you want to create and then give to people to follow your trade and all of that. That's one of those things, that you can use here. Okay. Now, so quickly, let me do an example now. I'm going to do an example I'm going to do an example on the trade, and then you can see it, how we actually set it. So probably now, if I come here, so I'm in home, right? Now you ask me, okay, how do I go about? Once you register, there's a need for you to come here and click on deposit. And of course, the amount you want to deposit, depending, I don't know. So, but you can deposit any amount as you like, but ensure the wallet address is USDT bot on Polygon network. And I think the best place I would to send that your money from should be from Binance. You are spending less than $1 to do that. I'm telling you, less than $1 to do that. So, and then after you have deposit, so you come back here, you see you guys, and then you're going to click on any of it that you like. So let's say you want to buy of these. So it's going to show you how much you have, and then you click on buy. That's all. You're done buying the UGAS. Okay, so now let's do very quickly. Sorry. Yeah. So now let's go to the market, and then I'm going to set example of a bot. So let me use XRP. So I set for XRP here. Here is XRP, right? So now I'm going to do future for XRP. So I click on start. So you have different stuff here: long, short, hedging, auto, direction. Probably will not have energy to start explaining all this. But what auto direction means that I don't know where the market is going to, but hey, but when you open it, do your judgment for me, right? Do your judgment for me. I don't know where the market is going to go to, but you can do my judgment. But for Felix, I want to long. And then there are so many dimensions I long my market. I've told you that if I see that at the beginning of the week and the market, the strength of the market, the bullishness in the market is going to take a long while before it stops. That's when I use this, what's called cycle. Then if I know that the market is just going to make some move and start retracing, then I use single, okay? All right, so I use single, and then, so single means that after taking that trade, it will just take that only that trade and stop. And that's what I mean by single. Then cycle means it take the trade, it take profit, it will re-enter again and continue. So the advantage is as long as the market continue that direction, it continue to enter and exit, and take profit for you. But the disadvantage, temporarily, if the market wouldn't continue in that direction, right? If the market wouldn't continue in that direction, what happened? Have issues. What issue are you going to have? The issue you're going to have is this: the market did not continue in that direction. You're going to be on what we call floating loss. But one of the lovely things about this boat is that we have what we call no liquidator setting. So, but I'm not going to go to that. You will want to enjoy those things. When you activate your account, we'll show you all of those settings that even when the market is down, you have floating loss, but your account is not going to be liquidated. So quickly, let me just set first a single cycle. And then the first thing is that look at the initial position. So initial position. So if for like, I want to increase the initial position probably to, so let me say 25. So let me say, or 30. Okay, initial position 30. Are you asking why do you set it like that? Well, I wouldn't have too much explanation about that. So, but that's the first amount of money the boat pick to enter the market for me. Okay, so that's by the initial position. Now I come back here. I use a smart covering. Then next I say single cycle, right? Then this is where you come to. It's a this leverage. Now, non-liquidated style, we use 10x. Okay, so I'm going to use 30x. You ask me why do you use 30x, Felix? Is it not too risky? It's risky. If your account is less than $100, you don't use anything more than 10, or if you understand the market direction so much, you use 20x. So that 20x is actually not 20 on the market phase, it's actually 2x. Okay, so now there we go, one cycle, right? I've done this. Then how many times? So I say 3 times. So if you look at it now, I say 3 times. Oh, it has changed my movement. 30. So I say 3 times. So that means if the market fall, and then so the total money that you will grab to trade this thing is $114. So here we go. Now this, why showing that is that if you come down, you should buy with this percentage. Now, what should be the price fall for another one to be bought? Probably, since are not coins, sometimes I use 5, right? Sometimes I use less than that when I know that the market is aggressively moving, right? So I use 5. Sometimes if I know that the market is crazy bad, so I can use like a 7, right? But what's the disadvantage? What's the disadvantage of using that? Because if the market eventually go up as fast as possible, all the additional order will not be picked. That's the disadvantage, right? So I use 7, so nevertheless, smart covering. Yeah, sometimes I want to use smart covering but don't use it. Just so 0, right? And move up here, take profit. So my take profit, I'm going to use 4 because I'm taking just one position. So 4, trailing, no, 0, right? Put a 0 here. Then selling price, that's the top of the rules. I can just put 1.5 and all of that. So I've set all of these. So I'm going to launch it now, right? I've set all of these. I'm going to launch it now. So there we go. But please take note that the market is actually somehow crazy, right? Because Bitcoin is very, 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 very unstable right now, or not really building any momentum. So let's go. I click on launch. So I've launched it, and then the boat will start running. So how do I see? If I click on boat here, you're going to see XRP. Where is it? So let's refresh. Let's refresh. Here we have, see XRP. Okay. Here you have XRP. It's already running, right? See, it's already running and all of that. So XRP is already running. So the moment you do XRP move by 4%, remember I put 4%, then it will take the profit and stop. Okay? That's the difference between a cycle and a single. If I'm doing a cycle, I wouldn't use 4% take profit. I will use like 0.55, 0.6, or 1%, sometimes maximum 2%, depending on that particular coin and the trend at the moment, when I'm getting into the market. And that's one of the things you need to understand. Okay, so the third thing is that you can actually build an affiliate around the you can build an affiliate around the boat. You share your link with friends, and then they register. You can get paid as an affiliate. You can see, so we'll say 3-in-1 is what this boat is all about. So that's one of the things I actually want guys to understand, how this opportunity actually works. So a whole lot of things that many people are actually not maximizing when it comes to the robotic system. Okay, so the other aspect of the robotic is that we use robotic for call it for me. So we use robotic for trading memcoin, low gem tokens, and all of that, even to do research and all the like. So robotic to do research for me, to check market, give me direction of the market, and I still engage robotic to get into the market and trade while I face other things I'm doing and all of that. Okay, so that's just the basics, and you work out, and then other things like validated drop, because some of you who are new, what I mean by validated drop is that you are to do certain tasks. I'm not talking of tap swap. Sorry, I'm not saying they are bad anyway, but because I'm not the type that have that time, and so crypto is a place you can actually start with nothing or little and you make bogus. Yeah, I can tell you that. It's a place you can start with nothing or little and you make so much. Why? Because you have so much, because crypto is more of, okay, I was working on this coin in the morning and now I'm sure my boat must have taken profit because in 24 hours I've done 40% and the target I actually said was 30%, right? And there you have, it's already done 50%. Now, why? Because I have Telegram bot, right? I will have Telegram bot that's it's called Trojan, right? That will set my market on to be I will say, okay, buy, and then when it get to the good profit that ought to be, to take profit for me, and I'll go, right? An example, okay, I think, let me just show you guys this now. Yes, okay. Okay, now an example, got the way, and that's one of the knowledge most people do not really understand. Let me just share with you here. Now look at it. Let me show you an example. Michi, a token I just forget and abandoned. And now what the robot is still doing. Now, sometimes when we tell people profit is not, right? Profit is not only in dollar. If you do not know how to take profit on asset, you will always be wasting your opportunity. Guys, can you see like this now? This is a bot. I'm not the one trading. I just said copy the contract address and paste here. And then what you can see, if you look at it here now, So look at P&L on profit on USD is 57%, but P&L on Solana is 16%. So sometimes you can make money, you can make profit in fiat, and you are losing in asset. And so one of the things, and there was a time, the percentage of both the asset and the USD or fiat were the same, right? So sometimes this is the logic. Sometimes if I buy a coin, I buy a low gem coin or a degen, and market get bullish, right? Market just start pumping. Now, I'll look at the potential of that coin violently moving. That's the coin I use in buying it. Example, Solana. You have used like one Solana to buy a particular meme coin. Your target shouldn't be on how much dollar have you made. Your target should be, if I put one Solana, how many Solana am I going to get? Because it's very possible what you use in buying the Solana at that time, yes, it's maybe, let's say it was $125 or $130. Now you have bought the token and you are now checking the dollar value actually had gone up. You're having, instead of $130, you are seeing about $300, right? But chances are there, you'll be happy. Wow, my $130 have make extra $170. But in all reality, the Solana volume you have is not commensurate, because it's supposed to be you have two Solana point something. But you now check the total Solana you're having is even 1.6 or so. That is to say, there's a massive growth in the Solana move than the dollar value. So what you do is that, oh, if I put in one Solana, when you can say you have done X, is have I make 3 Solana or 4 Solana and all of that? Because you're going to keep that Solana somewhere. Even when the meme coin crash off, the Solana will continue to print dollar. So what you are doing with meme coin, low gem, is to get fast movement of having enough, major coin. Like in Solana now, the blockchain, the ecosystem of Solana. So every meme coin you buy in Solana blockchain is to grow volume of your Solana. Every meme coin you buy in Binance Exchange or Binance Chain is to grow your BNB. So any coin you are buying as an altcoin is to increase your Bitcoin. Have you seen the logic? And that's one of the things that we always advise us to take advantage of. Now, last but not least is, yes, of course, and I'm researching for some tokens. Quite unfortunate, I did not. Okay, let me just quickly check if I can see a coin to give to you guys tonight. But you need to understand that markets will definitely not be juicy at all time. Let me check one of my platform. Quite unfortunately, I have a very tight weekend, and so let me check if I can see a coin to give to us to buy. But I'm sure for those of you who have been attending our market update, free seminars, and all of that, I'm sure you guys are fine. You bought most of you bought FOREX, because I didn't give FOREX for only people on private mentorship or people on Build With Me alone. I remember after talking and sending it, I still made it public and open FOREX, Giga, Gold, and all of that. And I'm sure the least FOREX has done is about 1,000%. Yeah. The least FOREX did was about 1,000%. And so many other token did some massive stuff like that. So quickly, let me just check one of my AI top platform. If I can see, I cannot see. Well, if you are new, we're sorry. If I cannot see any coin to call out today, I'm sorry for that. If you're new, because normally when we just do review this way, sorry, I quickly want to just log in. Yeah, so let's go, let's go. Well, is this Happy Cats? All right. Let's see. I'm coming. Okay. Sorry. I actually want to check a coin for you guys. Yeah, probably you could buy. Yeah. Okay. This guy has moved so much. Uh, let's see. I'm sorry, sometimes I don't just like giving a random kind of tokens. I love to give tokens. I know that okay, it's set to move. And what I'm seeing now, there was token. Let's check. Let's check here. Come on, come on. So please, if you're in our forum, one of the first thing we recommend for everyone selling for crypto is to make sure you have a wallet, especially Phantom wallet because of Solana blockchain. And one of the other guys that's trying to do a kind of contention right now is Sui. And that was why we recommended everybody to have Sui wallet. So you can go to your Play Store if you do not have Phantom wallet, and then you go type, Phantom wallet on your. So there was a token we're following, but I'm sure it must have pumped over pump. Monkeypox. Monkeypox. Let's see. Oh, monkeypox. Ooh, monkeypox. Let's see. Yeah, so okay, so let's see. Let's see what it's not a new coin, so my word. Oh my goodness. My word. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, you know what? If you maybe what you do, you probably may not be able to find an entry now. That's about 200% within the because it has moved crazily before and then crashed down, and then there's so much noise again about it. The token was about how many months ago? So if you can have time to be patient and watch what closes, because it was close to about 100 million cap before and then came down to a range of 10 million, and that's massive. That's very big dump, right? So maybe you can copy the contract address. Yeah, I will copy the contract address and paste on our Telegram. So if you're not on uh the cash flow Telegram, you try yourself to be there, because sometimes it's not all the time we have time to post things on WhatsApp, right? And that's one of the things you should help yourself. I've just posted it. So sometime, so that these are more reasons we tell people to have Phantom wallet right? You need to have Phantom wallet, and then on your Phantom wallet, you buy Solana and send to keep there. Okay, so this example, Phantom wallet. So you buy, all right, Solana coin and keep there so that, so this is Phantom wallet, right? So understand, look at Phantom wallet. So what you do, you're able to buy token, right? So if you're using the mobile, you can always go to the browser and then do whatever thing you want to do. Assuming I want to swap token, right? So let's say this token, I just copy the contract address now. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it's not actually here. Yeah. So let's go here. Okay. So by the time you go, it's going to take you out to Jupiter, Radium, and all of that. So perhaps let's say here is Radium. Yeah, so here is Radium. And then you want to swap. So you're going to go to Radium, paste the contract address. So you can see POX. Okay. So, so you can see POX. You want to buy POX using your Solana to buy it, right? You can buy POX, but just save the contract address. And one of the logic I give to people is that if you get a coin you want to buy, yeah, okay, I think let's take, we have Solana here. So what you do, okay, so there's not enough Solana here, something like that for me. Okay, so what you do, if you want to buy a token and then you come in and the token is moving, still very actively moving up, and you are looking for to buy at a good price. So sometime you can buy a little fraction of the money and allow the market to come to appropriate place. Because see, one of the things is that when you want to buy a token, it's good to find a proper entry. If not, if you don't find a proper entry, right, you're going to buy too early, and then when it starts dumping, you're going to be like, oh, I will have waited. So for instance, look at this. So imagine somebody who just jump into this token here. Now that's coming down, you may not be patient to say, okay, let me dollar cost average or add more to my positions, right? Because this has been very massive move. You probably will be looking at, okay, if this market is going to do, you want to look at, yeah, you want to look at the markets within this region, okay, or just this zone. Then when it retests and start moving up to find an entry. And that's why I use a lot of softwares, right? Like Photon, different platform like here. This is Photon. And then what do? I can place order ahead. Oh my word. See this coin yesterday. Copper. Oh my goodness. What? Guys, one of the things in this crypto is that you just need to be personal, right? I was this token yesterday. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And one of the lovely things is that, so imagine I'm just talking about this platform now, right? Um, so that yesterday, and I thought, so now this is the advantage of sometimes when we buy a token and then we keep the bot to say automatic sell. Assuming I just bought the token and keep without automatic sell, it has pumped and did 200 and something percent, and then it has dumped. So if not, you come back now, about 7 something percent dump. But so imagine from here, yeah, okay, this is about 66%. So if you go back to, I think I was on 1 hour yesterday for this same token, was it 1 hour? Okay. So you can see the developer has dumped and moved away, right? The developer have dumped and moved away, right? And the token is now flat down, right? So I think imagine if, as at the time, probably maybe you buy 50% was what we calculated. So we did 200 250, 260%. And then, so the first profit was 50%, second 100, and the third one was 300. So that means first and second taken, and the third one never happened. So, but the profit has been booked, for instance. So now the market is flat because developer have sold. He still tried to take a move, some manipulations and all of that. Let's see how much was the developer got involved. Just 300 and something K, not dollars. Oh, this is a hungry developer. 488, 370, and it's sold. Now, of course, there are so many software we use to track the wallet of developer, and then to see if it's still holding any or it's not holding any and all of that. And that will make me to like, okay, let me still wait as it were and all of those things. So, Box, you can keep okay, see, this guy. So this token now is very, very, very fragile because a lot of manipulations and all of that. All right, guys. So you have any question? Quickly just put up your digital hands. I can somebody from the beginning of your entry, your hand was already up. So I wouldn't know what you have learned that you want to ask a question, somebody's hand. But however, you have questions, why not? Just ask, and so that you'll be attended to. Like I make an information available on our group and say, if you know you have paid for your gas for you trading, quickly you have to chat with me and add you to the other group. And I told us that today is the last day, which about by 11:59 p.m. West African time, that's Nigeria local time. Those of us who want to have access to the hack code for trading synthetics and FOREX, yeah, I'll say it's going for $100. Now, ordinarily, the hack code is $1,500. And then we'll give it, I think we made the announcement since last week. And now it's ending today by 11:59 p.m. And then we'll talk about the market entry and exit, not teaching you what is crypto, what is Forex, what is pips, just to when should I find an entry, how should I find an entry, when should I exit, and all of those stuff, basic strategy. That's all. And that again go for $100. But normally, I think it's about $750 on a normal day. Then the private mentorship, that's $5,000. Now the promo offer is ending today too, which is about 30%. That's $1,500 off and all of that. Okay, so for Labi, okay, yeah, you can ask your question. Unmute yourself and ask a question for Labi. Afolabi, Bukola, can you speak on? Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question, please. It's all right. Okay, so Taiwo, can now unmute yourself and ask a question.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I just want to ask very well regarding the U trading. That
Okay.
is it that once we fund the account with the U gas, it is the U gas that we'll be using to trade,
Okay. If you
or
fund,
yeah,
come again.
yeah, is it that U gas that we use to trade on the U trading app, or we will still need to make extra funding after buying the U gas?
You guys is not an investment. You guys is just a transaction fee for the platform you want to use. Your trading capital is not on you, or it's not on you trading platform. It's on your broker. It's on your exchange, your Binance, your Bybit, and all the like. So what you are paying, the you guys you are buying is a fuel. Are you getting it now? You trading is not an investment scheme. It's a utility. Just like I used the example of 3Commerce. I've been using 3Commerce for this past 7 years. And so when you subscribe for 3Commerce, just that 3Commerce subscription is yearly, once in a year. And like my own, I think one or two persons, few of us have our subscription on 3Commerce is for 10 years. We pay for 10 years. So for the fact that you have subscribed for your 3Commerce, then you need to have your capital on your exchange and to use it to trade and all of that. So your UGAS is transaction fee that enable your trading to take place on your exchange. So whatever thing you fund your UGAS is not a capital. It's a fuel. Is that clear? Hello, are you there? Is that clear? Okay, so another person. So Afolabi, unfortunately, you're not asking, you're not talking. Somebody say, I want to ask questions, sir. Okay, so go ahead, ask your question. This person say, I want to ask question. Oluwaseyi Olukolu. Okay, let me see you to unmute yourself. Oluwaseyi. So where are you? Where are you? Is the Oluwaseyi, are you still in? If you are in, let me know. So can you quickly type or let me know you're in? So I cannot find you. So okay. All right, so want somebody, okay, Neville. Okay, Neville.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Thanks
evening.
for the very detailed explanation.
You're
But
welcome.
the question I want to ask is then,
Yes.
as regard the settings you gave to us, is it the same parameters you are going to use in the manual trading, or there's another setting, or we should just maintain these particular parameters you gave, like in terms of parameter you gave single smart covering on the or another one?
Okay, Navio, I'm going to respond to that your question on the group.
Oh, okay, no problem, sir.
Yeah, it's a group consumption. So that we have a lot of parameters. I think there are three basic parameters I'll give to you guys group there that you utilize for your book so that you can be flexible, dynamic, and maximize everything. Okay, somebody say,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Somebody say $100 promo price. Is it for everything? I do not understand everything. Okay, so what's the minimum amount you advise to use in the board? Well, when it comes to when people ask about minimum, I'm always not too good about minimums, right? Because what can be minimum to this person may be not minimum to another person. So one of the things is this: when it has to do with trading, yeah, when it has to do with trading, equity is very important. Okay. So for instance, the only thing is that when people have $100 in their account to trade, I always said there are a level of exposure you cannot have. I mean, when you're trading, there are a level of, if you have $100, you can't say I want to trade about 5 coins, like somebody who have $1,000. So if you have $100, you should rather focus on just 2 coins. So that means $50 to a particular one and $50 to a particular one. So if you are trading with $100, why not? You can start with as low as $100 to trade, right? And another thing is this: if you have $100 in your account and you want to trade, I would advise you just trade spot. Because you trading, you are trading not only futures. So you leave futures alone and trade spot. Even though we have a lot of settings we will do that will avoid you liquidation. But nevertheless, if you trade spot, the worst that can happen on your spot is for you to have a drawdown for a time being. And then once the market recover, you're good to go. Okay, Oluwase, yeah, for me too, you can ask a question. Oluwase, can you unmute yourself and speak to the microphone?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, can hear you now.
What I want to ask is that
Okay.
I saw some guys doing GCU trading. Actually, that was last week. So I paid for the gas fee. That was yesterday. And I
Okay.
found my account with my $100. So
Okay.
they will now enter one trade yesterday, about two trades, but the trade now is down. I'm
Okay.
losing about $40 right now. So I don't know how they set it. Although they teach me how to set it, but I followed the setting today. I just made only 0.50. So I came to watch some of your video on YouTube. I saw that it's different. So I'm really confused. I don't know how to set it because
Okay.
I've lost about $40 now.
Wow, out of $100.
Yes.
Wow, that's not a good one. Now, let me quickly just in case for other persons. Now, one of the issues I always love people to understand about when it has to do with this online, for instance, either crypto, forex, synthetics, is that we have people who are much of marketers than business people or traders or investors. Now, and of course, most of us to our need attract us to those people. Now, in the settings of this boat, why I fall in love with you trading boats is that you can hear I said I've been using 7 good years, and so I've been using boat. But now, for the fact that I've been using these three commands for the past 7 years, you ask me then, why do you still now subscribe for you trading? One of the settings I saw there was that a kind of hybrid system where the interface leverage you see is minimized into your exchange. But the challenge is this, when you meet some of those marketers, they put aggressive kind of setting. Now, let me just quickly share my screen and show you guys something very importantly. Now, what would necessitate my judgment, all right, or my action to go aggressive is how strong is a trend, all right, and how aggressive is a trend. Now you can see this chart. Now this is okay. So imagine this is one, because this is daily time frame. This 1, 2, 3, okay, including this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let's say 13. About 15 days ago, right, XRP was seated at about 50 cent plus. Now, for me, who look at the market in all, and I want to find an entry for XRP, first of all, there's a kind of high that XRP created before it came down here. I'm not teaching you technical analysis, but basic thing about it. Now, looking at this point, if you look at this is a high that it created before this downtrend. Now, if I'm going to, my first bias is that even if this guy is going to be going up, I expect that to this point should be another major point of it could break or return back. And now if I take my measurement and check what percentage would that be, that's average of about 29% to 30%. Can you do that one day? No, chances are not there, except for the fact that maybe we are in just a manipulative market or extreme bullish, market. We are just like bullrun that is running anyhow, right? Now, I was okay, 29% can recover in the next maybe 3, 4, 5 days. That means for the week. And if you check it truly, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 8 days was when it crosses here, because all these candles you're seeing represent each day. So that means for 1 week. On that note, I can set my boat more aggressive and in a cycle, targeting that by the time market get here, I want to see the reaction. What will happen? Quickly, let me just mark it, for instance, here. Okay, I want to see the reaction of the market when it gets here. But fortunately, the market, you can see this extreme bullish kind pattern. The market, I will not close. I will still leave my boat to be running and continuously that way. And you can imagine up to this. So if you check it for the past 13, 14, 15 days, XRP to this point have done 140%, right? Then I will still be running. Now, at this point, like last, I think some people were with me in the office and they say, okay, want to set both. I say, no, wait. Normally, if not, we're in abnormal bull trend now. Normally, by weekend, from Thursday to Friday, market should, because it's kind of reacting to human behavior. A lot of people who have traded and make a lot of money, they want to take profit and they will not see more participants in the market. They will go away. They will go and enjoy their life and all of that. So you can't expect market to be too very fantastic. So you will be noticed a kind of drawdown stylishly and all of that. So when you are now setting both, because maybe you just join and then you want to set both at all costs of that period, you will now, it will tell you long. And that long was aggressive. So you will not cope. So like somebody who is using $100, maximum number of coin I can allow the person to set is 2. And even maximum kind of whatever the leverage in the back on the platform of you trading that will allow the person to set is 10, not 20, not 30, like the example of the 30 I did. Is 10. Why? So that the account can be highly protected. However, the profit may be little, but slow is fast and fast is slow. It will be better progressive than aggressive and crash. So I'm better steady and all of that. So for that your account now, which coin and which coin did you enter? So that I will know what to tell you if you are to.
The SRP, and one coin like that. I'm not the one that enter it, but
SRP, which day?
I know.
Which day did you
Then
start? Which
yesterday, I even told the guy that the guy should not because
enter? Yes.
the guy should not enter it because that SRP is going down for retest. I told him yesterday when I now got to I found out the guy has entered it. So
Well,
I want to ask, do you based in Lagos?
no. I'm not in Lagos.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not in Lagos. Now, so the point is that XRP is still going to go up, right? But it's just that normally, I always tell people sometimes, I'll say, if you have any boat to set, you are not in trade before, it's always good that you allow the weekend to, so the best time to set
because
boat.
when they set it yesterday, I saw them, they are using 75 leverage. They now so $1 on $1.
Using highest, yes.
Yes.
Oh God, I can now understand. I can now understand. Just because today is Sunday, so from now till when the candle close, the daily candle close by 12, 1, just leave it. It will not liquidate, but the drawdown will be scary. Don't, because one of the worst thing that will happen
Because
is,
it's not spot. It's not spot, or it's on futures.
yes, I know. Now, so yeah, the worst that will happen now is that if you close it, you have already accepted the loss. So allow the floating to run. Since it's XRP, just let it be, right? And then, so it's just that once it come back to where you can take profits, you can now look at it, that to now close it, right? And then do a reset that is very conservative. Because the time to set some aggressive thing is when a market is about to break out, right? Maybe a delay coin or the beginning of a kind of massive breakout, then it's better. But doing it exactly weekend, no. Like now, I enter PopCat not long, and I was just doing experiment on it and all that. I'm sure that PopCat, must have done the percentage I expected of it. Let me look at it. PopCat, yes. You must have done that percentage. So, but if you look at it, if Bitcoin refused to aggressively move, then you are still expecting PopCat to dump down to about 1.8 something, right? And then it will now be better that I've seen PopCat dump to that point and about taking another move. So if I'm taking another move from this demand zone for PopCat, for instance, and I'm targeting that by the time PopCat is going to go back to the supply zone, that's about 12%. So no matter what percentage I'm using, I will have been covered. Do you understand? Don't worry, after now, just chat with me. I will give you some direction, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Right, so other people, sorry, I think I'm seeing some hands. Afolabi, I muted you, were not talking. So can you speak to the microphone now, Afolabi? Afolabi, you are not talking. Okay, so somebody say, okay, it was okay. I think I responded to this fellow, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, I think at this point, I'm going to pause. So this space is that you will hear a lot of things, but the best I always tell people is to first of all settle down, get the basics and all of that. There's no doubt like this boat is fantastic. That's the truth, right? And one of the things I tell people is that every boat you are using, right, they actually call supporting tool, all right? Every boat you are using, they actually called supporting tool. So with this supporting tool, it's not as if that's what you are depending on, but you are using it. And so when you have understanding of basics, now that basic is going to help you to maximize the supporting tool. Now you ask me now, ordinarily, I don't have all the time to trade for that, right? Because trading can be boring. That's the truth. It's good, but it can be very boring. And that's the advantage you have in crypto. I can buy a coin and I allow the coin to be there for 1 week, 1 month, and all of that, and you have done crazy percentage. Of course, we know how many percentage on some coins we just buy and keep. You'll be doing like 500% and all of that, right? And no matter how you think you are highly professional in trading, definitely at a point you will lose your emotion, and then in that process you have hit some rock. So imagine you have made a lot of money before, and then thereafter, the whole money you made are returned back and all that. Like I was checking gold after the first set we bought, and the gold went up, came down. But I'm checking gold and I see that particular one I bought, even late, is still seated on 222% or 226% in that order. So those are the things you pay attention to. Your personal learning is very important, and access to right information can be very good. And in a general stuff, everyone who have you trading boat, the first place you should start with is the spot. In fact, I was checking one of my boats the other day. The spot outperformed the futures. You know why? Because the spot at a point can have a very big drawdown, but it kept DCA in. And then at the end of the day, when it just move up, it sold all of those things and the profit becomes so bogus. And those are the things. So ladies and gentlemen, I think we've come to the end of this. So do have a nice time, pay attention to informations, leverage on those boats, and it's going to help you to maximize money. Do have a nice rest. Good night.